Why vitamin D and I became good friends this winter. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with another helpful YouTube video for you all. I know I'm a little late this time, but I promise I'm not the one to be blamed. It's the weather that held me back from making videos for you all. The crisp, the chilly winds and coolness in the environment makes me do just one thing, and that is sleep all the day. My routine was pretty much the same in winters, but I realized I was getting tired more quickly. I didn't feel like going out of my house or doing something I usually enjoy. The only thing that I wanted to do was jump in bed, wrap myself in a quilt like a burrito, and sleep to my heart's content. And let me tell you, I did that for a good number of days. But when I used to wake up, I didn't feel fresh or energized. I thought there was something wrong with me because I was feeling lethargic. I googled my problem and learned that winter season is to be blamed for my exhaustion. See, the thing is, in winters, days become shorter and nights become longer. This means that we get a significantly shorter duration of sun exposure. I know the only sun exposure I get is through my windows or when I am on my way back to work. And after 2 to 3 p.m., sun is nowhere to be seen. There is no sight of sunlight in my house. Because of the less sun time, our bodies produce a sleep hormone called melatonin. Now, as much as we enjoy laying on our beds all day, this cannot be continued daily throughout the season, right? I mean, only the season has changed. The work life, house chores, responsibilities, they all are still the same. I found a fantastic friend this winter, and because of it, I don't feel sluggish or tired all the time, like I used to feel when this winter started. And all the credit goes to vitamin sunshine. In today's video, I'll talk about how vitamin D helped regain my energy and stay active this winter. I'll also share all the fantastic benefits that I reaped from this vitamin. Watch this video till the end to discover the benefits of vitamin D and how it can keep you charged up during the winters. Let's begin, but before that, take a second to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. So, why vitamin D and I became good friends this winter? Number 1. It fights exhaustion. The first reason that made me fall head over heels in love with vitamin D is its ability to keep the body active and fight exhaustion. Vitamin D is present in a lot of food items and multivitamin tablets. But did you know that vitamin D is naturally produced when our skin gets exposed to sunlight? In winters, we don't get enough sunlight. And the result is we always feel lethargic. But by fueling up the body with vitamin D, you feel pumped out throughout your day. So to get vitamin D, I started my day with warm eggs. Some days, I enjoyed boiled eggs, and some days, when I wanted a quick fix, I made scrambled eggs. And on days when I wasn't in the mood to eat something, I would take a glass of warm milk because milk is an excellent source of calcium and vitamin D. After consuming a healthy breakfast for a few days in a row, it was tiny but it was there. I felt less sleepy and became more active. But eating vitamin D foods will not instantly elevate your energy levels. It takes time, but you have to be consistent with it. The next reason that made me crazy about this vitamin is that it made me immune to seasonal flu and fever. And that's the second point, immune to seasonal flu and fever. I've always been the person with a runny nose in winters. And sometimes cough, fever, sneezing would also come along to irritate me to the fullest. Seasonal flu and fever often attack a person who has a weak immune system. Sometimes flu and cough would prolong their stay and become quite taxing for me. But ever since I've started to consume more vitamin D this winters, I realized that I haven't caught flu or fever. And it is just so relaxing for me. Because when I had a flu or a cold, things would become kind of awkward when talking to someone. Like once a person was talking to me and I sneezed pretty loudly. Plus, sneezing or coughing in the COVID times makes it like a crime. People frown upon you. So if you're also like me, prone to flu and cough, vitamin D can help you stop it for good. Another reason for loving and trusting vitamin D so much is that it helped me improve my mood. You'll be stunned that low sun exposure and lack of vitamin D can cause a person to feel sad, depressed, and anxious over tiny things. And I realized that I become more irritable, a crybaby, and constantly worrying about little things in winters. Turns out that the lack of sun exposure and low vitamin D production has a significant effect on your mood. So I made a slight change in the morning. Instead of enjoying my warm cup of coffee at the table, I get up and go to my window that pours down ample sunlight. I stand there for a few minutes, enjoy my coffee, and then head to the table for my breakfast. I know a few minutes are not enough to amp up vitamin D levels, but something is better than nothing, right? Also, I go for a long morning walk on Sunday mornings. You know it, to compensate for tiny amount of sunlight I receive on weekends. In 2 weeks of this sunlight absorbing practice, I could see a massive improvement in my mood. Actually, my family members also noticed my improved mood. So that's vitamin D working its magic on me. Number 4. No more backaches. So funny little story here. My husband was scrolling down his Instagram feed and came across a meme. He showed his phone to me and said, "Hey, read this, it's totally you." I read and it said, "I'm an adult with the bones of an 80 years old." That actually reminded me how my backaches were getting noticeable day by day. My friends and family know that I frequently get lower back pain. And when I have a busy day with lots of walking or running, my knees hurt too. I was putting off this problem and thinking it would get better, but then the pain became more recurring and I scheduled an appointment with my doctor. He diagnosed me with low levels of vitamin D. They were slightly low below the normal range. He prescribed me some vitamin D supplements which were to be taken just once a week. A few weeks later, I saw an improvement in my back pain. Plus, during my periods, I would get the worst backache. Getting up from my bed during those days felt like climbing Everest. After increasing my vitamin D intake, I saw an improvement during those days too. The pain didn't vanish yet. It was there for the first 2 days, but it wasn't intense. I mean, it wasn't agonizing as it used to be, so thank God for that. I felt so good to be finally free of aching back and legs. But just a little advice here. Never take any vitamin supplement without your doctor's prescription. An overdose of vitamin D can cause kidney and liver issues, so make sure you always take supplements when your doctor advises you to. The best way to amp up your vitamin levels is from good food sources, and in case of vitamin D, from sunlight. Now these all benefits were for my overall improved health. But I observed one more benefit after I started taking vitamin D foods and sunlight. And you, my friends, are going to love it over everything. And that is healthy hair and skin. I've heard many people complain about hair loss, reducing hairline, or thin hair as they age. Plus, many ladies suffer from the problem of hair loss in winters as their scalp becomes dry and leads to brittle hair. Consuming the right amount of vitamin D can improve your hair growth. I honestly had a problem with thin hair and the hair fall was crazy. Vitamin D deficiency has been linked with hair loss and unhealthy hair follicles. When I started consuming egg, fish, and warm milk to stay more awake in winters, I noticed less hair fall and more volume in my hair. I wasn't sure if it was the wonders of vitamin D or my hair just started behaving itself. Many of my colleagues started to compliment me about the glossy appearance of my hair. Some of them even asked me if I applied some DIY mask or took the salon treatment. My hair care routine was pretty much the same, so it was 100% vitamin D, which worked wonders for my hair. And about my skin, when I was researching about vitamin D deficiency, one symptom caught my eye. According to doctors, vitamin D deficiency can cause premature aging, dry skin, and even peeling nails. I was shaken. I made sure to religiously follow my outdoor walking plan and supplements recommended by my doctor. My skin didn't get dry or anything, but I feel that my skin texture has improved a lot and looks healthy and plumper. So if I conclude all the benefits that I receive from vitamin D, it's definitely more energy, improved bone health, and overall a healthy appearance. I recommend you all to start including vitamin D-rich fruits in your diet and watch the wonders it does for you. But do not opt for supplements without a doctor's prescription, because as I said, an overdose of vitamin D can lead to serious complications and malfunctions of the liver. So be careful. If you want to take a supplement, get your vitamin D levels checked by your physician and take the medicine he recommends.